onto Twitch now, so I can actually watch us while we're working.
Yep.
I just scared it might affect the sound, echo. So if I turn the sound off on my Twitch stream watching you, I should be able to still watch you through Twitch. How
Yep.
the stream's looking. Is that right?
Should be good.
He's like,
Well, I guess we'll find out here soon, okay? All right, here we go. All right, hello everyone. So today is a special day. We have the Goblins of Mordor here with me, and we're doing a
hello,
dual Dreadnought paint.
hello. Awesome to be here.
Yep, glad that you are here. So, been looking forward to this.
Okay then. Well,
Yeah,
I'll just plow into painting, and you can tell me more about the hobby.
yep. All about the hobby, or just about the lore about the hobby. So,
And the lore and the hobby would be perfect.
hey, Bald GM. Thanks for swinging by. Is audio good with everyone?
I can
Do
hear you good. That's
Well,
good.
yeah, I can hear you good, and that's good. As long as we can hear each other, we can just natter on for forever.
I know, right?
All right, good. Thanks, Bald GM. He's at least hearing us, so we'll call that good, right?
Just put my Twitch on so I can see if anybody's chatting and I can answer questions if any. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. And thank you for the follow, Geek Curio. Okay, so if I'm looking off to the right a little bit, it's because Michael's a bit far away. Let me turn up his audio a little bit then. Now say something, Michael.
Hello again.
Or I was waiting
Awesome.
for you to say something, Michael, or just something, Michael.
Yeah, and well, I'm just tuning in. There
Yep.
we go. There we are.
All right.
There.
Good. Good. Thanks, Bald
But
GM.
what it is, it feels weird that I can't see chat. So
No, I hear you there.
I just got to make sure I don't put the sound on, otherwise there'll be a echo. There we go.
Yep. Okay. So what I'm going to start working on is on the wings on the sarcophagus of the dreadnought, and yeah. Okay. So fun part with the model that you're painting, Michael, Bjorn the Fell-Handed. He actually was alive during the time of the Horus Heresy and actually fought at Leman Russ's side. And when Leman Russ left to hunt in the war
Moist.
for oh good deep moist. When Leman Russ left, he took his entire retinue with him except Bjorn. I mean, he literally turned to him because Bjorn was getting ready to leave with him, and he looked at him specifically and just said, "No, not you," and then just left. And so he had a lot of resentment towards the Great Wolf for that. Dream the offering. Hey, Andy, how are you? Thank you for the test. Everything's working great. But yeah, he was then the first Great Wolf of the Space Wolves after Leman Russ, and when he died fighting a demon, I looked this up, but I can't remember what world it was. They then entombed him in a sarcophagus because they didn't want to lose his wisdom and his strength, since he was literally at Leman Russ's side through quite a bit of the Horus Heresy, and actually helped Leman Russ through some of his own melancholy, even after the whole Horus Heresy happened. So they didn't want to lose his wisdom, so they entombed him in this sarcophagus, which was even beyond the technology that they had for the time then. So his dreadnought actually has faster reaction times, and he can fight more like he did when he was alive, using his lightning claw and his assault cannon, just like as if when he was alive. So
Moist.
yes, moist indeed. Thank you, Scorpla.
There's no escaping it, is
No,
there?
there is none.
Moist.
We're just gonna be giggling at everybody playing moist.
Have you got a voice button? Oh, that
Yeah,
sounds
I do.
awful.
Oh, thank you, Bald GM.
Have you got a moist button?
Great. Now they're just gonna make us both laugh the entire damn stream.
Oh my god. You just hit Gareth's moist button.
Oh god. Okay, I gotta turn on the fan now. I am getting moist. They're not here to help us. They're here to distract us, Michael.
Yes, they are. They are indeed.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm still on.
Let me see if I can get my microphone a little bit closer.
All right.
Is my voice a little bit too quiet?
I had turned you down on my end a little bit, just so it wasn't being picked up on my mic.
I can't change anything on my end.
Yeah, no. Yeah, if Michael's too quiet, chat, go ahead and tell me. I'll turn his volume up.
No, I just saw Scorpio was saying turn my volume up a bit, but I can't on my side.
Okay.
So
I will do that.
Anyway, you're the storyteller today. I'm just quickly speed painting this little dreadnought.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm just slowly dooting away at some wings. Oh my god, look at what Michelle just posted in chat.
It's got my little goblin thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you know, we've been trying to get those little, what do they call emotes, on or what do they call the Goblin King emote? I mean, I've been trying to get one of those up for absolutely forever.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get the right pixel size, but Michelle, and I think she sorted it all out, and well, she has sorted it all out. It's awesome now. So
yep.
Muse's Touch. There we are. Muse's Touch. Muse's Touch also helped.
Well,
Michelle,
how did I get Goblin King emotes then, Michelle? I know you're subscribed to his channel. Did you figure it out?
Yes, I just said Muse's Touch.
Okay.
Yes. So you've got little moist emotes now then.
Yep, I figured that out.
I can't hear it because I got my sound off in case we have sound issues. But what is it? Was someone shouting moisters?
Yeah, it's a deep voice going moist.
You're joking.
Nope.
Oh,
not
dear.
joking at all. I'm definitely gonna have to.
I'm using the old 80s 90s hex pop paints.
Today. See that.
And all I'm doing so far is I'm using the old Skull White Shadow Grey. I'm just adding a little bit of white to the Shadow Grey, and this is just doing the edging work for the Space Wolves color. And you can see it's got that original flavor from the day.
Yep.
So it's awesome stuff. So I'm just quickly doing my blues, my greys.
Yep. Your blue greys.
And then I can start doing the golds. But
all right.
It's really just not too much, just enough.
Yep.
Anyway, it's your show. You should be telling me what's going on.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. No, I like the updates of what you're painting.
Sorry?
I like the updates of what you're doing while you're painting, since you're kind of off to my right, so I'm not seeing it too There we go. Just cranking up the volumes a little bit. Is that a little bit better?
Yes, you're louder. That's good.
All right. Okay, but yeah, so with Bjorn the Fell-Handed, and he got the moniker Fell-Handed when Leman Russ actually saw him defeat a demon of corn on his own. It was actually a demon of corn that had actually killed all of Bjorn's company previously, and Bjorn and Leman Russ vowed to kill it. They raced to the world where it was finally found, and Leman Russ was trying to make it there, but Bjorn beat him and actually managed to kill this demon that had bested so many others beforehand, but he was fighting it solo and actually dodging blows that would have just completely crushed him like preternaturally. Scorpio, we're talking about the character that he's painting right now. His name is Bjorn the Fell-Handed. So just this is lore, complete nerd chat. So yeah, it's kind of a deep dive, but I love it. So he was dodging all of these blows, and Leman Russ couldn't help but just stop and watch with pride as he fought and then killed this demon in solo combat. And that's where he got the moniker the Fell-Handed. And he actually always used a lightning claw, and actually his left arm, and there's discrepancies in lore, he lost his left arm. Some say it was while it was fighting Magnus. Yeah, this is 40k, Warhammer 40k lore dump.
Yeah, we're not talking about Star Wars where they lose hands.
Yeah. Well, you know, losing hands is common in anything. Yeah. So some say he lost his left hand while helping, like he actually even helped Leman Russ fight Magnus the Red when they went to Prospero to, well, they were going to bring in Magnus, but then Horus, because at the time they didn't know of his betrayal, sent a communique to Russ to instead kill Magnus rather than bring him in. So, yeah, he was fighting Magnus, and actually Bjorn came and helped him fight Magnus the Red, which was another one of the Primarchs of the Thousand Sons, which that's kind of what started their now millennia-long rivalry. They didn't get along much beforehand anyways, but that just kind of cemented it. Okay, Bald GM. No, I figured we're painting 40k, I'll talk about 40k. If I'm painting Star Wars, I'll talk about Star Wars. Oh, yeah. It's spelled differently when I say it. But yeah, and then, but after Bjorn got entombed in his dreadnought, they had another great wolf, but he still was taking the field in battle until, for I think about 500 years, he just stayed active still. And then he started going into more stasis, sleeps, just because being entombed in a dreadnought, they usually put them in stasis when they're not needed. But they would always wake him up when things were dire. Like, at one point, the Thousand Sons managed to lure away all but one great company, which was left in defense of Fenris, as a trap, so that way they could assault Fenris. Well, there's one great company. Yeah, every 100 years they wake him up and listen to stories, and it just annoys him. But he doesn't mind telling his brothers stuff at times too. But well, thank you for the bits, Michelle. But then, so only one great company was left, and when basically it's like a chapter master, but the Wolf Lord that was left in charge realized just how dire their situation was. He had the Iron Priests, which are like it's their version of Tech Priests. Hey, thank you for subscribing, Scorpla. They had him wake up Bjorn because he's just like, we're facing the Thousand Suns directly. We need help. And so they woke up Bjorn, and he started to help lead the defense. And actually, when Magnus himself appeared, Bjorn felt like all of the rune priests, which are their psychers, felt it. And also Bjorn felt Magnus was there. So he rushed off to confront Magnus. And Magnus actually recognized Bjorn's soul in the Dreadnought from when they fought on Prospero. And Bjorn actually, he got messed up quite a bit in the fight, but Magnus didn't kill him, but he tore off all of the arms off of his Dreadnought. But Bjorn still fought. Like, he tried to, like, just crash into him and push him off a cliff to try and end him. But yeah, then Magnus escaped, obviously, finished some of his plot to kind of harm the Space Wolves gene seed. Which that's a whole nother thing there. And yeah, then they entombed him, and actually most recently, when the Space Wolves went to blows against the Inquisition because of oh, awesome. Battle of Fang was one of the first books you read, Andy? Yeah. One of the first Space Wolf books I read was actually the Space Wolf Omnibus that had Ragnar Blackmane in it. But yeah, the most recent encounter with Bjorn. Well, thank you. Oh my god, I have a hype train coming. Chugga, 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 choo choo.
Hey, phrasing!
Well, thank you for more bits. So this is what it feels like to get a hype train, huh, Michael?
Oh, yeah. I didn't have a clue what they were when I first got them. I was, what's going on?
Yeah.
Is that Rod in the house there?
Yeah,
hello,
Rod's in there. Hey, how's it going, Rod? Well, thank you, everybody, for all the bits. Woo! My first level 1 hype train. Well, thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it. Yeah, recently they came to blows with the Inquisition over the Battle of Armageddon, where they were actually killing people who helped in the defense of the world of Armageddon against demons because, you know, the Inquisition. And they actually, to negotiate a ceasefire, they had to wake up Bjorn. And he actually teleported, which he's always was like leery of. He never liked teleporting, even when he was in his, even when he was like alive and not in a dreadnought sarcophagus. But as he comes and he starts, this head inquisitor doesn't know who Bjorn is, because when not on Fenris, like there's few in the Imperium that know who he is. But as this Inquisitor's giving his laurels, like everyone else is realizing just who the hell this Dreadnought is and why he's so important. And finally, the Inquisitor asks, "And might I have your name?" And Bjorn just goes, "It's on my tomb. I thought it would be obvious." And then he says, "But I'm Bjorn the Fell-Handed, and I walked with Leman Russ, and I was alive during the time of Leman Russ and the Emperor." And this Inquisitor was just like, "You walked alongside the Emperor?" And he's just like, "Walked, ran, fought, pissed. I think he even kind of liked me." Yeah, aside from some of the custodes, well, actually the custodes, which were the Emperor's personal bodyguard, he is the oldest surviving space marine. From, like, he was, yeah, alive during the Horus Heresy. All other dreadnoughts or any other marines, loyalist marines, I should say, are no longer around. So just that link to the past there is critical for the Space Wolves. And actually, in most recent lore, they've actually, some of the rune priests have seen the spirit of Bjorn defending the Fang against demons constantly. Even when he's in stasis, Bjorn is defending the spirit of the Fang, which is the Space Wolves' fortress. Yeah, and he was the first lone wolf, too. Thank you for subscribing, Rod. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all the bits, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's really sweet of you all.
Yeah.
Like all the goblins are fantastic.
Yeah. You're all great. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll let those wings dry. Maybe I'll work on the gold around the sarcophagus. Well, maybe I need to make that a little bit darker metal. Oh God, here I am. I've gotten the wings done, and Michael's already. I am not a speed painter at all. This is blatantly obvious. God, thank you for the bits again, guys. I appreciate it. Just trying to get a few even coats of white on the wings too. Then I'll do that gray wash trick that you did on a bunch of these other wings that I've seen, Michael.
Yeah, using the grey wash on white is absolutely fantastic for doing.
Yep, I actually got the exact one that you suggested too.
Yeah, it's the Valeco one.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
Yeah, almost a level 2 already. Wow.
Yeah.
You goblins are amazing. Oh, hey, Delay Catcher, thank you for the subscription. Wow, level 2 complete. Good Lord, I don't know what wow. This is humbling, but it's great, guys. Thank you so much. Whoa! Paul GM. Well, thank you. Good Lord. Yeah, gift bomb indeed. Jesus. Wow. Well, that's drying. I might do a black wash over. I'm just going to use this one.
Right then, let's see.
Oh yeah, need to look directly in the camera when I'm shaking stuff. Figured I'd have that be a bit.
Then I take it. Actually, I missed some gold on the arms. Go back on those.
It's looking good, Michael, and here I am just puttering along.
No, that's good. I'm enjoying your little story. I was almost tempted to get a little pillow, but no, it's really nice when somebody knows so much about the lore, because I don't. Like I say, I played back in the 80s, very early 90s, and I used to play 40K a lot back then. But so much has changed, and I have forgotten so much. So it's really nice to listen to people who know what they're talking about. And it's not just 40K as well. You're a bit of a Star Wars buff, if I
Oh yeah, like
may say so.
yo yeah, that's an understatement. That's like saying water is moist. Somebody play it. Come on. I need a warthog / angry piggy. Oh, just a emote for warthog angry piggy. Scorpla.
Moist.
There we go. Thank you. I knew I could count on you, Michelle. I'll just do a wash over all these metal parts. They need to be darker. Oh, I do. It's just, it might be dead right now. Because mine has a little battery on it. It's actually the same one that Geek Curio got and reviewed. So,
Yeah. Like I said, well, you all know which one I got. I got the 40s paint mixer.
yep.
Like I say, I'm not. I don't. I use it all the time. But it is quite expensive. I mean, mine cost me £99 on Amazon.
Yep.
But it mixes these old Games Workshop paints. I mean, if you can mix these, you're good to go.
Yeah, yeah. I remembered you doing that test of it and just kind of being even surprised yourself quite a bit.
Yeah, it did, and I was chuffed to bits. I was chuffed to bits because these, believe it or not, these old Games Workshop paints are my absolute favorites.
Yep.
I mean, I'm using one coat of gold on top of a darker color here, and it's coming out really nice. This old gold from
Wow.
Games Workshop, it's just really
That is looking great.
bright. I mean, if you most gold paints, if you use nowadays, you're gonna have to do 2 or 3 coats to get that same effect. What's happening here? Because
Yeah.
we're especially working on a darker color.
Yep.
So this is just amazing.
Mhm.
And like I say, I've even got the old chestnut ink wash there.
Oh, good lord.
So that'll be for the gold to give it the old rustic look. So yeah, got all the colors, all the special colors going.
Yeah, well, I know I've told you, but I'll say it so chat knows. Yeah, I still have like the Badab Black, the Delvin Mud, whatever
Yeah, I told you the other day I got a pot of Delvin mud. I keep it in a safe box locked.
Yeah.
In case of fire hazard, it'll still survive if the
Yeah.
house burns down. Is Claire talking about the time? Yeah, she is.
Yep.
Yeah, I used my ink wash, my paint mixer, and I forgot to put the lid on properly on my ink wash. Oh my God, it went everywhere.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that wasn't a good day. That was a bad day.
Good lord, and I completed a level 3 hype train too. Thank God. Thank you so much, goblins. That is just utterly awesome of all of you.
They are amazing, all of them.
Yeah. I bet Michael made up some new swear words that day too.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right. I think that's about enough for the gold for now. Let's move into some silver so we can start working on the gun barrels and stuff.
And for anyone watching too, yes, I realize that the Dreadnought's on a smaller base. I don't have a good 60 millimeter base for this that didn't come with the package since Michael wants a custom one. And I thought I had some, but I was wrong. So.
No worries.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure
nah.
we'll get sorted. I mean, I'm making yours into a snow base as these are space walls.
Oh yeah, definitely. God, that's looking good.
You'll get there.
Yep.
You know what's really good is I can suck my brushes today. When I do my
And no one's gonna
when I
say
do my
anything.
show, I try my best not to suck my brushes, but because I'm not on camera, sucking my brushes, smoking my
Nom, nom, nom,
pipe,
nom.
bottle of whiskey.
uh,
Hey, phrasing!
yep.
Someone giving me a Mikey gift number one then?
Of course, Scorp was giving you Mikey gift number one.
She would. She would.
I forgot to put my phone on silent.
Oh, I'm running low on Mythful Silver. After 20 years.
Yeah, after 20.
Okay, let's give that warthog a mix.
Oh, real quick, I'm going to put my phone on vibrate so it's not getting caught by my mic.
I'm so used to dropper bottles now, where I can just squirt everything onto my palette.
Yep.
Now I've got to kind of get my brush in there and take some out and put it onto my palette. I mean, I never went years ago. I just take it straight from the bottle, like I've done already tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But with the old dropper bottles, it makes it so much easier.
It is. It really is.
And it also surprises me why Games Workshop aren't doing that now, because the dropper bottle, to me, in my personal opinion, is 100 times better for paint than having an open pot.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't know. Just, yeah. Because everyone else is doing it and they want to be different. Plus, they know that the paints will dry out faster.
You have to remember, Games Workshop really were the forefathers of it all.
They were, and so you'd think they'd be on the forefront of a lot of this other stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
But, or maybe they saw a few other people were doing it and they were thinking about it, and then they just go, well, now I don't want to.
Yeah, could be. Could well be that.
Okay, let that wash dry on that part. Get some of these other bits and bobs. Oh yeah, got wings there that I can do.
What's the heat like over there now? In Scotland, we're still roasting. It's so unusual for Scotland to be this hot.
Yeah, we're entering a heat wave. Like we had a heat advisory yesterday where we hit 105-degree heat index, which I forget what that is in Celsius. Yeah, it hit 100 degrees Fahrenheit and it got to, yeah, I think, yeah, the heat index was like 105 or something like that. So if someone wants to do the calculation in
I can never
chat.
tell the difference between the Fahrenheit and Celsius because it's like different in each country, and I just get confused. All I know is it's hot.
Yeah, that
It's
yeah.
hot.
Yeah, believe me when I say it's hot. I'm just glad the work truck has such good AC. So like on the entire afternoon yesterday, once I got my work done, I was just in the truck with the AC cranked. Yeah, Michelle is plus 30-degree Celsius weather today too. Yeah, I think before the humidity. Uh-huh. Yeah, because I think today is going to be again, like it said, hot. But yeah, I think we might get close to 100 today again, which I think is close to 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know. I can never remember, but yeah, like you said, Michael, all I know is it's hot. Yeah, hot and moist.
It sure is.
And then the weather's bad too.
Okay.
Couldn't pass that one up. Now, on any skulls on this, do you want them to look metallic or do you want them to look like actual skulls, Michael?
Let me see the mini. Sorry.
Oh yeah, like if you're looking on stream, like the skulls that are on.
I think all the skulls are because it's a dreadnought. They're not actually like orcs, so they would be metal, wouldn't they? There'd be sculpted skulls.
Okay.
If they're sculpted skulls like in the metal, then they're going to be metal effect.
All right. I will go with that then.
The space orcs, they normally have skulls everywhere, but
yep. Yeah, let's see. This will work. 30 degrees equals 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so yeah, we're probably about, I don't know, 35 degrees Celsius today.
Wow. I might take the bike out a bit later and go for a muffin run with Claire.
Hey, there you go.
Get some muffins.
See, Claire, you're promised muffins on stream, so that means he has to do it. Not just any muffins, bike muffins.
Yeah. Moist muffins.
Moist bike muffins.
This place that Scorpio and I go to for our muffins. It's a lovely little shop. It's only a couple of miles down the road. But I took a picture. I took a picture of the muffin. It's a gluten-free muffin.
Yeah.
And it's quite funny because I've been doing my miniature painting for many years now, and I put pictures up every day on Twitter. Okay. And onto Google and whatever for promotion. But this one picture I put up of a gluten-free muffin, I think it's got 150,000 views. and all these years I've been working doing my miniature painting. I don't think I've topped like 500 views on one picture.
Oh,
and yet
good Lord.
My muffin picture was 150,000
God.
views. It's like, really?
Just come on. yeah, definitely.
But there we are, see? That's how good the muffins are.
Yep. Behold the power of muffins.
Okay, tell me about the Blood Angels then.
Okay. Well, tell me first, how much do you know?
Not enough.
Not enough. All right.
No.
Okay. Well, the Blood Angels had their Primarch's name was Sanguinius, and he was actually the only Primarch who had wings, which is why there's so much wing iconography and stuff with all of their chapter stuff, like especially like on this Dreadnought, there's wings on it. And his name was Sanguinius, so again, that's why they're called Blood Angels. And the Blood Angels have two things that they always have to deal with. Like the Space Wolves have the Curse of the Wolfen, where they can turn into rampaging werewolves. The Blood Angels, however, have two things. One is called the Red Thirst, where they love to drink blood, and they actually do have like long canines like vampires. So they have that to deal with. And then after the Horus heresy, when Sanguinius died because of Horus and his betrayal, they now suffer from something called the Black Rage, which it affects all Blood Angels and their successor chapters, where the Blood Angel will relive Sanguinius's final moments on the Vengeful Spirit, where he was going to fight Horus, and like he was just consumed by rage at what his brother had done with the Horus heresy. So, and when he died, his psychic death echoes like affected all of his sons, to where now they will relive some of his final moments and just go into an uncontrollable rage where everything they see is Horus, and they try to kill him. So when a Marine is lost to that, they paint their armor black, and they subdue them because they try to fight even their brothers. And the only thing they seem to recognize as not Horus are the chaplains. And the chaplains then take them to the Death Company, where they just kind of contain them until they need to unleash them. And then they just go into a murderous rampage, calling everything Horus, trying to destroy everything. And yeah, the chaplains kind of direct them, or they unleash them in the general direction of everything they want killed, and just let them go until either they kill everything or they're killed themselves. And the reason too why you see so much artistry in a lot of the Blood Angel stuff is they turn to art to kind of help calm themselves and to not succumb to the Black Rage as readily. You know, it's a calming method, as we both know as miniature painters.
Mm-hmm.
So they turn to art, and they're almost as good of craftsmen as the salamanders, but theirs doesn't have the function that the salamanders does, where they craft great war gear it's beautiful, but it will also kill you. Whereas the Blood Angels can kind of do that, but they're not quite as adept at it as the salamanders are. And in recent events in the lore, so they have their chapter master Dante, who he is the longest lived Space Marine who's not in Dreadnought armor. So Bjorn is like one of the oldest warriors in the Imperium, but he's in Dreadnought armor. The chapter master Dante of the Blood Angels, he has been alive for, I think it's over, I want to say it's 1,200 years now at this point in the lore of fighting. And he's actually been leading the Blood Angels for, I think, close to 8 centuries now. And in the recent bit of lore, you know what the Tyranids are, don't you?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay. Well, a Hive Fleet was coming to Baal, which is the homeworld of the Blood Angels. And this was after, there's a huge warp storm that happened, like, Cadia fell, all that stuff. So, like, there's warp storms all over. So, like, travel through the Imperium is very sketchy at best. Well, they knew this Hive Fleet was coming. They sent out a call to all of their successor chapters to come and help with the defense of Baal. And all but, like, a handful answered. Like, some sent everything, some sent something, at least. But, yeah, they do this heroic last stand on Baal. And Like, they actually, like, the Tyranids actually make planetfall after a tremendous space battle. Like, they bloodied the nose, and actually it was almost like the Hive Fleet was just fully pissed off at the Blood Angels for everything they'd done in the sector to stop them. So they're just like, all right, fine, we're tracking them, and we're going to obliterate them. Well, even after a battle that even sometimes other Hive Fleets have pulled away from, it kept coming. And they actually unleashed the Death Company on, like, they had like this entire citadel filled with Death Company, and they actually just unleashed them on this entire swarm of Tyranids, and they lost all of the Death Company, but oh dear God, did the Death Company reap a horrific toll on the Tyranids. But they still kept coming, and Dante actually charged out to meet them and killed one of the Hive Tyrants in solo combat by actually overloading his, he had an Inferno pistol, which was older than he was, and he actually overloaded it to actually just completely obliterate this Hive Tyrant, but I think he lost his right arm due to that too. But now, now that the Primarch of the Ultramarines, Rabute Gilman, is actually back and alive, and
I've decided you've got a hard drive for a brain.
Yeah. What's that?
I've decided you've got a hard drive for a brain.
Yeah, well, when it comes to my hobbies, I can actually, like, remember a lot of this stuff because it's...
This is great, though. Carry on. This is great. I'm loving it.
Yep. So when Rabute Gilman came back, he actually had started this Primaris Marine project, which made the Marines better. And so he actually came and reinforced the Ultramarines and made Dante the kind of like the King of the North in, like, Game of Thrones terms.
Yeah.
Where because of how this warp storm cut off the galaxy, the entire northern part was just almost impossible to get to. But Rabute got there and actually, like, talked to Dante. Dante was compelled to kneel to Gilliman, but Gilliman immediately said, "You will never bow to me again. You are as my equal." So he says, because I need someone I can trust here to keep the northern region of the galaxy safe. So you are the region of the northern sector. I forget what they actually call it in the lore. But yeah, he's basically, Dante's now King of the North. And they actually gave the Blood Angels a new space fortress and to base their chapter out of, and they're terraforming their world, their world was a lot like Dune, where it was just like a desert planet. It was a wasteland. It was quite literally, it was an irradiated death world. But now they're terraforming it and turning it into a paradise. But now, the Blood Angels have this massive space fort and got the reinforcement of the Primaris Marines. And so things are on the uptick for them, but they still have a lot of things to deal with. Because now Necrons are coming back, as I've heard you've fought against quite a bit.
Yes. I've been playing the Necrons. I got the, like I say, I've only just started back into 40k, and I got the old Elite starter set, which has got the Necrons in. But it's got the Ultramarines on the box, but I'm painting them up as Blood Angels.
Oh, so. Yeah. With a lot of Marines, you can kind of paint them up however you want. Though, there was one box that had, the Blood Angels have had a really hard time. Geek Curio. And just them coming back up from the ashes like that, especially after that whole assault where, the Blood Angels lost a few, They some of their successor chapters got completely wiped out in this. So like over like 1,000 Marines, like, and they lost. Oh, I don't even know how many they lost really, but yeah, quite a bit of their successor chapters got completely annihilated defending their homeworld. But all of them made a valiant stand because that's what Space Marines do. They fight and they die, and if they don't die in that fight, it's just a prelude to the next combat. I wish I was as fast of a painter as you, Michael. I really do.
No, it's all good. I'm slowing down for you today.
All right. Bless you, sir. You're too good to me.
It's actually great that I can just paint along and listen to what you're saying, because I'm just concentrating on what I'm doing, but I'm listening to the stories, which is fantastic.
Yep.
What I've done here, I've got the old ancient blue wash, because what I'm trying to do is give the claws the ice claw type of
It's a
effect.
trap!
So we've got the blue there, and what I'll do is I'll highlight the ends of the claws, and see they've got that nice lovely blue with the wash,
Oh, that looks great.
and then they'll end up they'll look more icy then when they're finished. But yeah, it's coming on great.
Yep. Yeah, I'll try and do like a nice blue effect on the claws as well.
I think what I'll do now is I'll start painting the little pelts.
Yeah, that was always fun painting the pelts when I was painting my Space Wolves. I got really good at even green stuffing fur to get rid of mold lines.
Yeah, it's coming on nice. Not bad for
Wow.
half an hour show.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get these pelts done. That'd be nice. I was looking at what's amazing about the people that paint Games Workshop miniatures. I mean, let's say going for the elite manual that comes with the starter set for Games Workshop, and I'm still every single time I see the pictures of the people that paint the Games Workshop miniatures, I'm in awe of these painters and what they can do. And you know the hours they have put into these pictures for these magazines and books.
Oh, yeah.
And you know the diorama pictures they've got in the manual. I'm like, oh my god, you know.
Yeah, they're
It
breathtaking.
just blows me away totally. It's just, you know. I mean, and this is why I love the hobby. I mean, I know I will never become like the super ultra professional, but then I'm at a stage where I don't want to. I just want to get my armies painted up, you know. But I love seeing what people can do, and these guys that do these magazines and these books. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But
Yeah.
I could never imagine playing any of my tabletop games with these miniatures that have been painted. They are display miniatures, you know.
Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, their miniatures that they crank out are just breathtaking.
Oh, I know I'm a. There's Andy there. Yeah, I know I'm a professional, but there's different types of professional. I mean, you got even people that sell one or two miniatures on eBay. They are called professional painters. And to be honest, it gets quite annoying how the word professional is used in miniature painting. If you are doing it, how can I say this? If you're doing it as a hobby, and you're a professional painter, that's not a problem. But if you're selling one or two pieces of miniatures on eBay, um, and you're saying done professionally, and then you see these miniatures on eBay, and they are absolutely disgusting. Some are fantastic, some are disgusting, but there's so many people saying they're a professional painter and using the word professional as a way to sell the miniatures on these places like eBay. And to be honest, it annoys me.
Yeah,
I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair for a lot of miniature painters.
Yeah, they
That
slap
really
professional
are
on there.
good at their job.
Yeah.
It's a discussion I won't get into because it grinds my gears.
Yeah.
Yes, I need some snake bite leather, maybe. Snake bite leather.
At least got a wash on the wings on the sarcophagus, because I think the white paint was dry enough. Alright, let me look at these claws.
Yeah.
Right.
When's the last time you played 40k?
Over a year ago, I played some Kill Team with some buddies. So, yeah, it's been over a year since I played any form of 40k.
Like I say, it was my first game in what 20, 30 years, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy, huh?
I might use a Turbo Dork paint on these claws. It's actually called Ice to Never. I think that might look kind of cool on the claws. What do you think, Michael?
Let's have a look. What you got? Oh, there we go. Oh, you got. I just realised you got two cameras going. I'm just looking at your face. I'm looking directly at the Zoom meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might go with this for the claws. This Ice to Never. Which means I'll have to paint the claws black first. Because, yeah, the claws are like this cool electric blue. And I might just, since I am no good at doing non-metallic metal shifts yet, I just need to practice. And I don't want to practice on your model. I'll just do some color shifts on this.
Well, I am sweating so badly at the minute. It's so hot today again.
Moist goblin.
Oh, totally moist. Totally moist. My ass is stuck to my chair.
Well, at least you could get up and shift it around and everything, and nobody would see it.
I know, right? Yeah, it's a good stream for me, this one, where I can just sort of hide and just paint.
Hiding behind miniature.
Moist.
There we go. Those pelts are starting to look really nice, Michael.
This is just snakebite leather.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just using it as a primer coat on the plastic at the minute. I didn't prime these, so the snakebite leather is actually my primer as well.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add some ink washes to darken it off, and then of course dry brushing, and then another ink wash, and then one more highlight on the dry brushing, and
okay.
These will look fab.
Sweet.
But like I say, the base will be completely snow. You've seen the snow bases I do, so
Oh yeah, definitely.
you,
That's
you know what you're
that's
getting.
that's part of why I asked for a snow base, and also because they're space wolves, so
Yeah.
dual purpose.
Oh, I don't know if you know. You can tell me about the new anything new about the game like new factions and stuff. I mean, back in my day, it was like I say, the Tyranids, Space Marines. What else do we have? Imperials. Um,
Imperial Guard, orcs.
yeah, Imperial Guard. I can't think of any more off the top of my head, but that's. I remember my mate had the Imperial Guard, and he spent hours and hours painting them. I was Blood Angels. My other friend, he was Tyranids all the time.
Yep.
Elder as well. Elder.
Yeah, Eldar, Dark Eldar. I think, yeah, Necrons and Tau are some of the new, like,
Yeah,
I,
well,
I,
I don't remember Necron. Well, they did have the Necrons kind of in the Space Crusade, of course, is one of my favorite all-time games. And
yeah,
Space Crusade, you had the Orcs in it. You had the Necrons, which I'm assuming were based on what the Necrons are now. They're like the androids inside the Space Crusade box. Do you remember?
yeah, I don't remember that box, but yeah, Necrons are like an ancient race, like, they actually, killed some of the old gods in the universe,
Mm.
and then went to sleep, uh, so, and now they're starting to wake back up, and they're kind of waking up, and they're seeing all these, like some of their tomb worlds now are inhabited, and it's kind of like the grumpy old man waking up just and then like seeing like from their point of view hippies camped in their yard just going, hey, what the hell, get off of my yard. And I don't know if Tau were a faction yet when you were playing, but they're a relatively young race in terms of 40k. Like, actually, the Imperium found their world. They were primitive. It was set to be sterilized for Imperial colonization, and then a warp storm came and cut off, like, basically trapped that world for, I think it was 5,000 years. And then when the warp storm left, suddenly there was this Tau Empire, and they're very technologically advanced. They don't have much of a presence in the warp. And if anybody asks who the good guy is in 40k, I typically say, well, there really isn't a good guy. But if you're going to say who the good guy is, it's the Tau.
Right.
Because they are the most inclusive. Like they would rather like win worlds over with diplomacy rather than just conquer them. So they actually even let other, like, some humans just defect to the Tau Empire, and they let them fight in their armies. Whereas, as you know, the Imperium is incredibly, incredibly xenophobic. But they've learned lessons the hard way in the past.
Hmm.
Alright, let that dry. Let's see how this gray wash turned out. Turned out pretty good.
I've even got some of the original black wash.
Wow.
Yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous. It's really strong.
Yeah.
But it's just, it looks like it's just fab.
Yeah. No, it does. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, you're getting all the best all the best paints today.
All the best vintage paints, which I am completely okay with. But yeah, as far as any other new factions, like in the new Kill Team set, they're coming out with new Death Corps Krieg models, which is exciting. Which, yeah, they're kind of a interesting faction. They don't really care about high attrition in battles just so long as they win. And actually, in the lore, because the Imperial Guard have commissars that usually send people into battle. Well, commissars in those units usually have to help restrain them from just needlessly throwing away their lives if it's not going to get victory. So they have to kind of hold them back, which is kind of a funny little juxtaposition.
Well, Claire and myself, we've decided we're going to go Space Orcs, Blood Angels, Necrons, and there's one more. What was the other one? Can't remember what else we picked. 1 second, I've got brains just gone dead on me.
Well, I had fun painting my Death Guard.
Oh, Tyranids. I think it might be Tyranids.
I have a healthy hate
I
for
always liked
Tyranids
because I used to have Space Hulk as well, and that was a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In some of my starting days of playing, I got a healthy hate of Tyranids, thanks to my buddy Tyler and Tom, because they played them all the time. So I always just went against them. So I really hated Tyranids. All right, see you on Discord. Oh, you wanted Sisters of Silence. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be a fun one.
Tell us about the Sisters of Silence then. Sell them to me.
Well, they aren't an army yet, but they're like a sub-faction. They are basically they're pariahs. They project an anti-warp bubble where yeah, they actually will counter demons and sorcerers and stuff like that, where the warp just ceases to work there. And they're called the Sisters of Silence because they take a vow of silence. Yeah, whoever plays Sisters of Silence is not allowed to speak. Yeah, they have to learn battle sign language. But yeah, they take a literal vow of silence. They have a special set of sign language they have, and they actually work very closely with the Emperor's bodyguards, the Adeptus Custodes. Yeah, I don't know. That's about, like, they're really good in combat. I don't know a whole lot else about them other than, yeah, they're anti-warp, anti-sorcery, stuff like that. So they'd be really good to counter like a Thousand Suns player, or someone who uses a lot of psychers like Eldar and stuff like that. And actually would mess with the Tyranids project a shadow in the warp because they don't really.
The Eldar never appealed to me.
No, they're all right. Yeah, they've never really appealed to me. And I had a buddy who also played Dark Eldar, which the lore behind them is interesting, but it just, yeah, they never really grabbed my attention. But just the lore behind the the Eldar and how their decadence birthed a chaos god was always, I found that part interesting, but then like kind of after that I'm like, okay, well, All right, I'll give the Eldar a little bit of credit. They're part of the reason why Rabute Gilliman is alive again and back. Because they actually beseeched one of their gods, like their god of healing and life, to help heal Rabute Gilliman of his wounds and cure the poison that his brother Fulgrim had got him with in their last duel. Yeah, and or like for an army, like with women, you could go with these Sisters of Battle, which basically think they're basically battle nuns. They yeah, that's about the best TLDR. Like the lore story behind it was that they said the church could not field an army of men. So they're like, okay. So then they fielded an army of women. And their new models are astounding. They're cool. Yeah, they're.
Oh, talking of minis.
Yeah.
Talking about the paintbrush in my mouth. What do you think of the Titans from Forge World that are about £1,000?
Thank you, but no. It's like,
I mean,
would I love? What's that?
They're just massive.
Yeah,
massive.
they're insane. Would I love to paint one someday? Yes. Would I love to buy one? No. Like,
no, the prices are absolutely crazy.
Yeah, they are quite ridiculous in my opinion. I've actually bought some stuff from Forge World in the past, but it was like custom Space Wolf Terminator armor at the time before they had um, their own packs on the Games Workshop site. So I bought some custom Space Wolf stuff from them at the time, which it was very good quality, don't get me wrong, but yeah, dear lord, even back then it was still expensive. Oh hey, we're almost up to an hour and 15 minutes, Mikey.
We've gone past an hour, have we?
Yeah, we have. Like,
Oh
I really wasn't paying attention there.
Okay, well, we'll give it 10 more minutes.
Okay. No, yeah, I really don't have much else.
You can tell I'm enjoying myself when I was like, give it another 10 minutes.
Exactly.
I just want to add a bit more black ink wash to parts of this mini.
Okay.
But I think it's quite nice what I've done so far. There's still tons to do, of course, but
oh yeah,
you got the basics there, you got the main bits.
Yep. Yeah, whereas I feel like I've just kind of been like scatterbrained about everything, both talking about stuff and then trying to paint. So yeah, I haven't even touched this librarian weapon here. Yeah, which I'll try and paint that up for you, but that might be a lot of stuff off stream. But I'm at least getting the two claws done and the cannon.
Yeah, well, I've done quite a bit on mine today, so I'm quite happy on that.
What was that?
I've done quite a bit on mine today, so I'm quite happy on this.
Yep. All right, well, let's see how this Ice to Never turns out, and let's see if I have power in this. A little bit more.
Yours sounds like a lawnmower. Oh dear.
It kind of does.
I tell you what, I miss these paints so much. I mean, I used them for myself, but because of my because I use Reaper and Veleco, you're using all the modern paints. Not all of my old paints are up to par. Of course, I mean you're talking 20-year-old paint, but the paints here that I've used today have been just absolutely a joy to use.
Yep.
And it really has reminded me how cool it was back in the day. Having all these minis.
Yeah.
And buying these paint sets, because I used to buy them. I've still got the original boxes these paints came in.
Wow.
So yeah, absolutely awesome stuff. I mean, there was a time for me when Games Workshop were the only company. There wasn't anyone else really.
Yeah, they were the only game in town for a very long time.
Yeah,
or at least it felt that way.
We didn't have a local shop, so of course we used to have to travel on the train to the local nearest city where they'd have like a Games Workshop store, and then it would be just a tiny little one, and we'd stock up on all our miniatures and then come back. And the day out would be going and having like a cinema, buying a couple of minis, and then coming back.
Yep.
This was back in the 80s.
Yep.
Awesome stuff it was. Absolutely awesome days.
I can tell I've not used this blue color shift paint a lot. There's like a nice thick layer at the top that it had to punch through. Hold on, paper towel. There we go. That's better. Yeah, and at some point we should do this with Star Wars, and then we can just BS about Star Wars too.
Yeah, that would be a 4-hour show.
And?
I know, right? Well, what before we shoot off, I'm gonna better ask you about the stickers, the little water stickers. Which ones did you want on this miniature, if any? Because I'm looking on the box, it doesn't seem to be any on the actual. Oh, there's one on the side. I think there's one on the side. No, there isn't. It comes with a little box, a little transfer sheet,
Yeah.
I wondered, did you want any of these onto your Dreadnought? But I don't think there's any room, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think with all the pelts there's gonna be much room.
No.
But yeah. Once you get the pelts on, send me a pic, and then wow, English is starting to fail me. I will look at some of the pictures online too, just to see like what they've done on the models, or if there's any transfers that I'd want on there myself. So, but yeah, then I'll get back to you and let you know which ones I'd want on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think there'd be much room for it, so I really wasn't obviously too worried about it.
Right, I'm going to have to say goodbye to you in a minute because I'm about done.
All right.
I mean done. I mean I'm roasting.
Yeah, I understand that. You could sit and chat for a while longer. It's just you're. Yeah, Geek Fury. I don't think he belongs to any just one company at all. He is the spirit of the Space Wolves. So. So yeah,
I've lost your sound went then.
Huh?
Your sound went for a second. It's right. It's back now.
Okay. But no. Yeah, Geek Hero says Bjorn doesn't belong to any one company really, so yeah, I don't think. Yeah, he's more like the spirit of the Space Wolves itself.
Or a mercenary.
So.
So what's your plans for next week with miniature painting?
Oh, finishing both the Spirit of the Forest on one stream, and honestly, I might be done with Agent Callus next week.
Mm.
And I have a box of Rebel Pathfinders to do for you next.
Cool, nice.
And I have an order from my favorite game shop, Geek Room. I'll just give them a little shout out. Geek Room here in Omaha. They're the ones I always hit up. They've actually ordered me a few of the other boxes on that commission list that you gave me. So after that, yeah, after the Rebel Pathfinders, then it will be the Death Troopers, the Shore Troopers, and Inferno Squad.
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice indeed.
Really trying to just kick it into high gear now. Had like a weird slump painting wise, but everybody's been there.
Oh yeah, of course they have.
There you go. Let's see how well you can see that on my stream camera. See the color shift on the claws so far? I mean, I'll do another coat or two.
It's very difficult to show off the color. I did some color shift on one of my streams the other day, and
Yeah.
it didn't really. I couldn't see it myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just let those dry. I think that'll work really good for the I think they're lightning claws or whatever.
I mean, I know what the claws I painted for you on your dreadnought. They're like ice claws.
No, I love the look from what I'm seeing so far.
Mm. Yeah, so like I said, there's still lots to do. I mean,
Oh,
what
yeah.
we've done on stream is just a rush through the main basic colors.
Yep.
So you know, off screen I'll do the Mikey magic.
Oh yeah, you will. You always do. So, I think we're at a pretty good stopping spot right now, don't you?
Yes.
All
Thank
right.
you so much for having me on your stream.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
It's been great fun. I really was looking forward to this, and I enjoyed it fully. It was absolutely awesome stuff, and it's brought back lots of memories for me using these paints as well.
Good,
So
good.
yeah, absolutely awesome, and your stories are just fantastic. I didn't realize you were so up with it.
Yep.
With your knowledge on the Space Marines, and it's been a privilege to listen to it. It's been really, really nice.
I will always happily chat about this with anybody at any time. Like I tend to hold back a lot in like chat and stuff like that because I just don't want to flood it. But hey, if anybody wants to hear anything, I'm always happy to tell them stuff.
All the goblins are nerds. You got no problems.
I understand that. Oh, well, thank you for the compliment. Delay capture. Yeah, wonderful stream. So this was a lot of fun, and hey, I got Mikey to go over an hour. But yeah, okay. I was almost hoping I could, and like I kind of looked and I saw it was 105, and I'm like, he's still going strong, and he's not showing signs of stopping. Let's see how long we can get this to go. So I was a sneaky goblin, but yeah, you seemed in the moment and happy, so I'm like, let's not cut it short. But all right, well, we're gonna quit with the live section here on Twitch, but thank you so much everyone for stopping by.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you so much for the hype train. I can't believe I got that high. Rod, Bald GM, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all the support today. Thank you to Scorpla so much, and Delayed Capture, Geek Curio, like just everybody. And Nath, I saw you in here too. If you're still here, thank you so much for all the support. So yeah, we'll cut the stream out here, and yeah, look forward to seeing everyone on Discord.